Audio test. Sounds good enough. How's everyone doing today? Retora? Chi? Sora? Arctor Chief, a Mac? Documents? Good, my restream window is actually working. Yes, Warpcore 2 days in a row. Brian, how's it going? Phantomate? So as with some of the other recent streams, I'm just going to start this off getting my Warships dailies done, and then we're going to shift over to STO. So, you know, one match in Warships, basically. Theo? Not much. So the plan is I'm getting my dailies done in both STO and Warships. And then I'm going to go over and just chat in STO while I'm working on, you know, what ships I want to put in my best of 2024 list. I'm doing both. I mean, the YouTube thing is probably still showing Warships, but oh well. Go through Des Moines again. Yep. Yeah, I did sort of just wake up like an hour ago. It's the weekend. It's the holiday. Hodlbro, thank you for the Prime sub. Very much appreciated. I don't know why that didn't pop up. Also, let me know if the game sound is too loud. Oh, there's nothing right this very moment, but... I don't like where it put me. I'm going to be stupid aggressive, and I'm going to push up to this island right here next to A.
Autopilot mode enabled.
I think World of Warships is enough wargaming for me. As intended. Dari, how's it going? Achilles, Awani, Premonition, Credence, Elios, Voven, Endlist. I know, Chiops. Dano, how's it going? And there's some changes over on the Builds Discord that I'd previously announced in an announcement over there.
Nice work.
And I went through and just did those changes today. Basically retired all of the build channels, and now there's just one unified channel that is a threads channel just to compress everything down. Just to try and slim that Discord down a bit. Now there's a bunch of channels under archive, and you can just hide them all by minimizing that entire category. I should be spotted here shortly, and as soon as I'm spotted, I'm going to be taking a ton of heat. Because there's probably an enemy destroyer pushing up, like the 5 line. Like pushing up over here. If there is, then they will spot me. Yep. I'm gonna radar. Oh no, it's a Minotaur. Even great. That's even better. I don't have a good angle on him to Citadel him, unfortunately. I'm not gonna burn my radar on that. He's gonna hide behind that rock, and if I were to go and push out and try to hit him, I'd be hit by everyone over near D. I'll save my radar for when there's actually an enemy trying to take the A cap here. I don't really do random TFOs in STO. We can do a few later here in the stream, but I think ultimately the issue for me is there's just a lot of this content where I've done it a ton and I just don't enjoy playing it. Minotaur is really pushing aggressively and giving their broadside. That is quite the choice right there. I mean, that's what I call a freebie. I gotta evade those torps. Get the golden. Yeah, the DM is my most played ship in this game. I just end up doing the best with it. Okay, that guy should basically be dead now. Get some fires on this Libertad. Two Libertads right next to each other. That's great. They'll probably take me out. Yeah, I'm dead here from the shot that's incoming. Their secondaries will take me out. As soon as I saw two Libertads, side by side, that's it right there. 25% off is basically as good as it gets for slots and services. So if you need something there, then take advantage of the sales. Am I using the legendary mod? Yes. When is the red alert coming out for STO? Next week? Yeah, if I look at my account here, number of battles. Yeah, the Libertad secondaries are crazy. Yeah, the Des Moines is my most played ship right now by a lot. Yeah, that was World of Warships. El Patron, how's it going? I missed a few other people in chat. Nice ships. Just ignore the third and fourth ships here. The yeah, let's not talk about the submarines having over 1,000 matches. The Des Moines is just really maneuverable, and it's really good if you can sit behind an island and like HE spam a target. Andy, afternoon to you as well. You had a steel camo. Are you dead? The Libertad secondaries are just that good. And yeah, I picked up the steel camo for the Des Moines along with the archer fish. So I picked up the archer fish and got it. These two down here, the Chikumu and the Prinz, I got those for free. Basically just opening up the crates that I got from playing other ships. The Prinz I actually got on Christmas. The two crates that they gave out, the two small ones, I got really lucky. One of them opened up into the really special container, and then that opened up into the Prinz. So it was a 1% chance leading into a 10% chance. Okay, let's head over to STO. It's going to take a while for that match to finish, but that should pretty much be my crates for the day. Robert, how's it going? Yeah, the Des Moines is just really great for its fire rate, for just being able to sit behind an island, stuff like that. It's really great. I don't play CVs. I do play subs though, which is terrible. I miss the ability to go around shotgunning with the Gato. That was such a fun and engaging time period. What deal with the devil have I done to get such good drops with chances like that? I don't know. I do not know. Ken, how's it going? Yeah, 25% is what I went for. I picked up a bunch of duty officer slots. How am I doing lithium wise here? Kenobi, how's it going? Oh, I can have my restream show up too, because all the chat is actually appearing in restream today. When do I think the next 35% bundle sale will be? Probably before the anniversary. You know, usually they like to do those bigger bundle sales prior to introducing a new bundle just because it drains in and makes people spend more money. Duke, how's it going? Fastest for ball on ice? Yeah, pretty much. DC, how's it going? I almost go off the track there. Yeah, the cat makes this really fast. Squidman, how's it going? Okay, I'm gonna pull up a list of ships because this is the next thing I want to do here. So give me just a minute. Affordable filter. I want to look at all the ships that came out in 2024 and figure out which ones are going to make the list. I mean, I've already got a good idea of what I think will be there, but I just want to go over it. There we go. Dark mode on, release date, filter by condition, text contains 2024. There we go. So 24 ships came out throughout 2024. And you've got 2 that were promo. Both of them sucked. The lockbox had eight lockbox ships. 4 event ships, actually, because the Typhoon in there. And then for the C store, there's quite a few ships this year. Bill, how's it going? The light, it burns? I know, the light is terrible. So I'm going to pop up this lovely notepad document here. plus there. Best ships of 2024. So how do I want to break this down? Do I do it by type, like, you know, best sea store ship? There's an answer to that. It's called the Awani. If you don't have the Awani, go buy it. Best event ship. I think I have to give that to the Voven. The Voven Obelisk with that console on it and the trade. I just think that that was probably the best event ship of the year for what the long-term impact is going to be. The thing is, every event ship this year was good. By ship, by console, by trait, yeah. Best C store ship. Um, yeah, let's break this up. Okay, so console. Yeah, I need to split this up a bit better. Hold on. When it comes to like the best ship, I mean that's going to be the Atlantis. They pay me by mention for the Iwani. Terrible. I mean the Atlantis is the best like DPS platform they put in this year. It beats the Achilles. The Achilles doesn't come close to the Atlantis. They're not in the same league. The Achilles has good accessories, but when it comes to the ship itself, the Atlantis is far better. They're not even in the same league. Trait. Ooh. I guess we can add differentiators here for like DPS, tanking, and like EPG. For EPG, I think the Chekhov, honestly. I mean, I think that's just, you know, good, like someone's just getting in. I think that's a good platform. Tanking wise, I mean the Princeton, I mean you can make a tank out of it. I don't think it's that great. I mean honestly the Alani, you can tank with that too. Any plans for the game in 2025? Oh yeah, I mean there's a lot of content coming. Yeah. I mean console, the Awani console is good for everything. The Princeton console honestly has been underrated. That console off the Princeton is really great for tank builds and some more niche builds as well. It takes your health and uses your health to do more damage. It's really quite neat. Um, yeah, so Awani is that console's good for DPS, support, carriers as well, because the Fleet Power Network array also buffs your pets. ISC solo on free to play account when terrible. Duder stat trade is best. Game was too easy before it came out. Terrible. Yeah, I've been around for a long time in STO. I mean, I've taken breaks, but you know, my first video for STO was what, like 2013, 2012, 2013. So I've been doing content for this game for a long time. It's just I didn't really pick up and start really pushing the channel until the 2020s. Yeah, Lola console for EPG, absolutely. Yeah. I was using that just the other day. That console's really good. The best C store ships. I mean, the Typhon also is pretty solid for like a carrier for someone getting in. You know, the trait from that, I think that deserves a mention. Yeah. The Cardassian Raider, if I recall, that's like dual Intel spec. So I mean, you can do content with it. It's just not going to be as good as newer platforms. The Duderstat trait is great. I mean, I agree. The Duderstat trait, it's nice to have a starship trait out there that just nerfs your outgoing damage. That's well worth spending a couple $100 for, right? Right, guys? People complain we do too much damage, and if you have a Duderstat and you have the trait equipped, you do less damage. It's great. It was poorly designed. It is truly a meme of just how bad that trait ended up being. Um, Trait Typhon, definitely. I mean, the Atlantis again. Atlantis for direct energy weapon DPS. Yeah, that was a really great one. I mean, the Dyson ships, the ROM and the KDF, both honestly were really good. Yeah, I know. And the thing is, like, most of the Sea Star ships just ended up being good this year. So the Heritage Bundle, which ended up being the most popular, did end up having the weakest ships when you're looking at the actual ship stats because they're dual of the same spec. That was the only downside to that bundle. That's why I also don't think the Achilles is like the best DPS platform ever because it's still a miracle worker. You go for the Atlantis, that's temp intel. That is, especially with the current meta, that is such a better, combo. Atlantis console, yeah. So just thinking, I mean, the Achilles does deserve a mention for its console. Not for DPS. The Atlantis is the USS Michi beat Spencer and ISC. Terrible. Isn't the premonition pretty nice? Maybe not quite a Chekhov. Yeah, the premonition's pretty good. I mean, the thing is, like, almost all of the Zen ships were good this year. The only one that I wasn't happy with was the Kardashev, to be honest. The Kardashev is the only one where I pulled it out, tried to put a build on it, and it was just thought this feels bad. Best event ship, I mean, the Vovan Obelisk and the Ilios, I mean, are the two standouts. What's the name? Intel Science Vessel or Scout Vessel. Like the consoles off those make those two ships that we're going to be talking about for a very long time. The Typhoon is a good ship, but it doesn't have that lasting value. Yeah, the experimental weapon is going to go straight for the Achilles. Yeah. But you see, this list is already getting quite bloated. It's like everything in the Zen store was good. Two of the event ships are ships that we're going to be talking about for literally years. When it comes to best lockbox promo, I mean, when it comes to those, let's see. I mean, the thing is, obviously the Credence is going to make that list. I also think the Ariori, I mean, the thing is, the Ariori, I think it's a good platform. I just don't think it necessarily is good enough, against the VOD Jug or the Legendary Avenger to really need to talk about it. Yeah, lots of mediocre stuff in the gamble section this year. Yeah, the Heroian Predator was great. Yeah, I agree. The Heroian Predator was a really good platform. The Orion Devar, I think, in a different time period for the game would have done better as well. Steve, how's it going? God King, how's it going? Yeah, lots of mediocre for sure. The gamble side of things ended up being pretty weak this year. The Credence is by far the like if I'm looking at every promo lockbox ship introduced this year, and I'm saying you can only get one, you get the Credence. It's a good platform. It's got a console on it that is really important for uh, carrier builds, for some DPS builds, for some support builds. Like it's just a good all around platform for what it has to offer. The Herodian Predator, I enjoyed it. I think that's a good ship, but at the same time, I didn't think it really did anything that special against the platforms I already had. But yeah, I mean, I look at every ship on this list for lockbox and promo, and the only one, like Chiaps is saying, where not only did I go out of my way to pick it up, I went out of my way to pick it up on multiple characters, and that was the Credence. So I mean, best lockbox promo, that's just the Credence. Oh. DL Grayson, thank you for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. Greetings, humans and other such critters. Yeah, we have a Cheops here, so I think they fall into one of those other categories. Stream, good peeps, good times, nice. Slinus, how's it going? Yeah, congrats, Steve, on your record there. And I just saw your comment up above. Daniel, so the new consoles from the Ilios and Obina are interesting. They are different from the rest. Are we going to see more of these consoles, do I think? I mean, hopefully. I hope to see with mostly a new systems team. I would hope to see some new ideas coming into play. Grayson, you blew through your 300 Phoenix upgrades, but got some stuff done. Nice, nice. Yeah, Chiaps, I agree. I think it's for the best. That most of the best ships this year ended up being either free or from the C store. Like when I stand back and I'm looking at everything that the promo and lockbox side has to offer, I can only mention the Credence. The Obina console, it's cool, but it's broken right now. I don't know if it's meant to be Cat 1 or Cat 2. Bill, do I know out of my head off the top of my head if the She is a Predator trait stays when switching setups? I don't remember. I don't remember if you can trait swap that. You're on the Achilles? Yeah, I mean the Achilles it's a good platform, but there are factors to it holding it back. So if you want to try out like the Atlantis, that has been really good. Is the Lola console going to be best in slot or good for new players? I don't know about necessarily for like, a brand new player. The Lola console, the thing with it is it's an EPG console that can be used every 60 seconds, and it does a fair bit of damage. So yeah, it's I think leaning more towards builds that have enough buffs to, buff all damage up enough where it's also impacting that console good enough, or some EPG buffs. I don't know if I'd say necessarily new player, but I mean that is a console that I think a lot of people could probably get a decent bit of damage from. Matherian, how's it going? So here is like the list so far. So if I had to narrow this down, that's the next thing here is this is a fairly bloated list. So if I was wanting to narrow this down, how would I do it? Best DPS ship of 2024, Atlantis. Break this up. Let's do best DPS console trait. Then that's going to be the Iwani. Trait would go to the Atlantis. Did I forget about the premonition console? You are correct. I did forget about that. That does make the list. Damn. There's so many good things that came out. Yeah, and the fact that it's boosting experimental weapons, yeah, is pretty good. Nice, Steve. But yeah, I mean, you see the issue here, like with this list, is it's just extremely bloated. So definitely have to just narrow that down. Casual is becoming the bearded Sab. Happy holidays, man. Hope you had a good time. Yeah. Do I know if the 3x T6 coupon pack will be for sale anytime soon? Unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna happen. Yeah, the Iwani pets are the Type 7s were a game changer. Basically, if you're like a high-end deeps player, the Type 7s off the Iwani became the only hanger pets you ever have to worry about. You know, you don't have to worry about chasing these pets that do damage because you could just use Type 7s to get the debuff they provide to buff up the rest of your build. You know, going and buffing up your pet damage is still a viable way to play the game, but the Type 7s, with you then just focusing all of your build on buffing up the weapons, will always win out. You cannot get a full carrier build to match the potential of a build using Type 7s and then focusing everything towards weapons. Yeah, Type 7s are the only pets that really make a difference. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. And for people on Twitch, I am multi-streaming on YouTube and Twitch. So if you see me talking to someone you don't actually see in chat, it's because I'm multi-stream. Yeah, I mean, best bang for the buck is the Iwani. The Iwani, yeah, absolutely. The Atlantis Temporal Destroyer. It was one of the ships from the
Don't you want an FO friend?
the 14th bundle. This one here. Yeah, this is a ship that if you build it out, similar to how the Mir Angle, was built out, you can get like over 2 mil of that in a pug environment. Michi here's done it. I know Kraus and a few others were pushing that ship as well. Make a worse 2024 ships list and explain why it's bad and how the team could make it better. That's a good one too. That's a good idea. Yeah. I mean, I imagine that'll be a carrier, especially you saw all the like carrier pods around the ship, the hangar bays or whatever. No more shield stuff. Terrible. Yeah, on paper the Gamora should be pretty good as well. Yeah. Yeah, I mean there's lots of platforms that you can do well with. So best DPS of 2024. I mean, I also have to put the Iwani back in here for pets. Americat, how's it going? Am I also on the PoE 2 train? No, no. I have never played Path of Exile. Mac. All I've seen is that game has made a ton of money, Spectre. Buy the Iwani, because even if the arc rail's good, I mean, the console off the Iwani buffs up your hanger pets. It gives your hanger pets firing cycle haste so that they're firing more. So, regardless, pick up the Iwani. Dan, how's it going? Yeah, I'd like to see some more good experimental weapons pop up. Dan, thank you for the 40 bits, much appreciated. When are the 2024 ships available with T6 event coupons? I mean, the Dyson ships currently are, but I think the other ones, the support response that got posted on Reddit was saying like 2 years, so it could be a while. Looks like all the best DPS ships in 2024 start with the letter A, pretty much. But I mean, console wise, I also have to shout out the Credence, so we'll break that a little bit. But the console off the Credence is also really important. It just really sucks to use because it has a 2-second activation time. I really, really wish they would change that. Best carrier stuff. Well, the thing with best carrier is it's going to be a Wani. Like that's the best carrier options for the year, but you see how these lists just keep getting bloated. That's the issue with this. Best tank stuff. Princeton. Obina console, I guess, would make a mention here as well. I don't know. It keeps the best ships of 2024. Like there was so many good things. That is a good point, Mark. Helios and Vovin consoles. This is the issue. Like there's so many good things that came out this year. Mere Lexington thoughts. I mean, I think that's still a really good ship. The only issue is it's 4-4. And it is Merc Worker Intel, which I mean that still works, but if you're looking for a $30 C-store ship that's going to have a bit more impact right now, the Atlantis. I mean, the Lexington still works fine. Yeah, pretty much. The Credence is the only premium ship that I feel is actually like worthy of being on this list. The Obina, that console might be good over time, but we need to see what it looks like after they fix it. How good would I consider the Rallis for a Plasma Fire Deuce I build versus like a Plasma Fire Delkina? Lockville, I mean the Deuce size stuff, it could be effective, but I don't know. I don't think I'd see them as being really that comparable. I think the Delkina would still come out far ahead. Daniel, indeed, I hope we see that in 25 as well. How can I throw shade at the Duder stat like that? It's the best ship in the game. I know. There's a subset of players that would like all DPS players to run the Duder stat because the trade on the Duder stat lowers your EPS and therefore lowers your outgoing energy weapon damage. What a greatly designed trait, by the way. Yeah, PQ, pretty much. That really is the issue with this. Like, if you tell me I have to pick one C-store ship, you know, and this is the like if you can only buy one C-store ship from the year, which would I recommend? It's going to be the Awani because of just how impactful the console, the trade even would be fine, and the pets on it are. You tell me I have to pick one event ship, I'm gonna go with the Vovin because the console cooldown reduction, you know, that's really substantial. Though I know a lot of people dislike the Uncon and Vovin meta. I have people who have given me feedback that they're not going to do all of the Uncon stuff because they think it's immersion breaking. So I know that that is not something that appeals to everyone, but for anyone chasing performance, that is huge. Someone visited the tailor and adjusted their facial hair setting. Terrible. Why are the Dyson ships mentioned for best C-store ships then? The console. The console off of the Lola. Oh, I do also have... Okay, why do I have them mentioned here? I guess, yeah... You know, they're $30. They're $30. You can use your bound event campaign coupons on them. Are they the best ships in the game? No, but they're pretty solid for what they are. Now the issue is running these as like tactical ships is that the mode swap has a minute cooldown. And what that means is if you die, it's a minute before you can swap back over and use your experimental weapon again. I mean, they're I guess they're more of like good beginner, they're good budget options. But I guess would I say that they're the absolute best? That is probably a good point. I don't know. The fact that you can use your bound event coupons on them, though, that warrants a mention at least, I feel. David, how's it going? Still like the Rex class, don't care about the trait, hardly use all the traits anyway, yeah. Use Dyson ships, put 360 Pavo weapon on, yeah. Pavo Omni should just go on everything. That's a good point, Cheops, yeah. I mean, we are at a point where, as times went on, like every bit of the 14th bundle has, like all of the new ships from the 14th bundle have demonstrated a good amount of value. So, like the entire 14th bundle at this point, yes, the premium ship in it sucks and was a mistake, but the other ships in there are good enough that if you're looking to pick up 3 or more of them, then you may as well just go for the bundle. Steven, I mean, it could go either way, but Thomas was hinting at like some TMP stuff there, wasn't he? Yeah, the 14th was the Tal Shiar Adapted Destroyer. Which made like no sense at all. It's still funny. It was like, this is just so, like, such a disconnected decision. It's like, what the hell? God King, thank you for the follow. There are lots of TMP ships from from the retro games, yeah. But yeah, I mean, this is the issue with the best ships of 2024 is there was just so many of them that were good. But yeah, if I had to narrow things down, I had to really slim things down. It's like the best DPS list here would pretty much be covering most of it. Then add in the Princeton and the Typhon. I know you can see the dilemma there. Is there's just so much good. Think your list looks good, but you're vid for a brand new person just getting the STO. What are these ships would I recommend? If you're a brand new person looking to get into the game, the issue with someone that's brand new is that they're still getting, a grasp on things. They're still trying to figure out how to do keybinds and all that, and they would benefit from having pets that are doing something. So I'd have to controversial. I'd probably say the Awani because you're also getting a grav well there, which if they simply put that on, they're grouping things up. The build is, I mean, the mere striking escort. That build is there's a video for it. Yeah, if you go to the YouTube channel, the 2 mil solo build that's posted. It's just 2 weeks ago. I would argue that the best bundle was Heritage, not 14th. Yeah, I mean, there's value to both of them, to be honest. My main problem for new players is that they think spending thousands will automatically get them to 2 to 4 million DPS without understanding how to build and fly ships. Yeah, I mean, I think too we have a lot of attention going to those really higher performance levels, but the reality is very few people are at that level. Even of people that have been playing the game for a long time, if I look at Oscar, how many people are actually over 2 million right now? So let's look up all variants. Let's do, let's just do infected because that's the one people are going to focus on. Elite, team. How many people are actually over 2 million? Bit more than it was a couple months ago, but 72. And there's a few duplicates in here. Let me actually, I need to change that. Let's go to the current season. That changes things up quite a bit. There's 23 people over 2 million. Like 2 million gets, the higher DPS numbers get a lot of attention, but there's not really that many people there. At the extreme high end, 2 million can be done solo, as has been shown by Michi, myself, Sizer, Mara, and then for most people, they're going to need a couple supports in there for that. And the issue is, it's hard. It's hard for people to get involved with like a team running supports and all those types of builds. So like 2 million is pretty rare. 1 million can be achieved much more easily, but even then, there's how many people are at 1 million? Few. So 182 over a million under the current season table. What is the average DPS? Hold on. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, this doesn't give us like the average DPS number. Rip. That'd probably be a bit rough to calculate each time. But yeah, there's a stats page on Oscar where you can see some of the stats to see how many people are over a certain part of the tables. So if you look at Hive as well, then over a million is 233 people out of almost 12,000 on the table. Is Corfez soloable? Yes, I've done a solo Corfez. It's up on the channel. Have all the DPS gear, but never do runs. But what is the average DPS? Probably still, yeah, around 20k. 10 to 20k. Are all phases of Corfez soloable? No. I mean, maybe if you had different loadouts and you, like, went in and... The Benthen phase would be difficult because of needing to run around all the time, but I think you could probably do it. The issue is every time you get sub-nuke, it's going to screw you over. And then the Teray phase, you'd need a really good EPG build for that. But I think Neojet's almost done that, or maybe has done it solo. Everwind, yeah, that'd be great. Sora, ever since you got 26 and 31, you've had a huge wanting to do elite content just out of nowhere. I wonder why that is, because you've put together the build for going through and nuking elite content, and when you take it into advanced, it feels overkill. Like you've spent a bit of money on something and you're not getting the potential out of it. That's probably why you're feeling that way. How many people are over 100k? On the current season table for Oscar, almost half the table. But keep in mind there is still requirements for uploads. So if someone's combat time is really low, then yeah, that's gonna hurt. Loadout swapping, you're supposed to be gatekeeping that info. Terrible. If you look at all time, that 100k goes down a little bit, so it's 12.16 out of about 31k. I mean, yeah, getting to 100k can be done even completely free to play. Once you've taken the time to like get a build polished and put together. Getting to 1 million is going to be a bit harder, but it is doable. Like once you've completed a few event campaigns. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all, Mark II Chief. Yeah, this is a page that you can view right on Oscar. I think it's just linked right on it. Statistics at the top. Yeah, yes, there's a link to it right at the top to see the stats. Yeah, you're on console, so yeah, you're not gonna find out. The Ariori Kenobi, the Ariori was just too much of a side grade versus the VOD Jug and the Legendary Avenger. It's not a bad ship, it's just that if you already have those other platforms, you're probably not going to get too much out of it. There was a request to do some random TFOs, so let's do it. Endeavor, how's it going? Any prediction for the type of ships we might be getting for the upcoming anniversary? I mean, hopefully something new and creative. I want to see them coming out with, more things that are just shaking things up. Pushing alternative metas than what we have now, or just, bringing up some of the alternative play styles to at least be competitive. try a public queue of Corfez. That always goes well. Terrible chops. Battle of Corfez Elite public queue. DJ, how's it going? Do I think that there's any Fed platform that can compare to Dalkina Complex Plasma Fires? The Atlantis can do pretty well. The Atlantis, I mean, the Mirror Strikewing Escort. Yeah, Endeavor, I was just going over that. Like, the issue is that there's so many good ships. There's so many good ships this year. But they were almost all C-Store. Yeah, the Fleet Norway is like a good budget Dalkina. But yeah, I'd also say to take a look at the Achilles or not the Achilles, the Atlantis. The Atlantis wins out for me between those two, but the Achilles, of course, you mentioned for the experimental weapon. What happened, Low Deeps? Absolutely.
Warships have invaded the area around.
We have no science ships here, so if we get the Teray phase, we are completely screwed. Yeah. Oh, for sure. And I just nuked everything right away. One of the worst things I did in the video for the Near Strike Wing Escort, the 2 mil solo build, was saying, you know, like ISC. This build does good in pretty much any elite content. Otis, how's it going? I guess I can't move. Keep losing my CSV to Subnick here. Hit on that one, unfortunate. Teray. I'm gonna have to go after this Corfez. What's the best daily carrier in the game? I don't think there's any one good opinion on that. I think you ask 10 different carrier players and you're gonna have 10 different answers. Yeah, but I am sorry, I'm gonna have to cut this stream a bit short. I'm gonna have to go after this Corfez. Hate when you're right on the edge here, you cannot see what you're targeting. Because your camera is outside of the map, it bugs out. That side's mostly taken care of. Now to try to do the same thing here. Epador, thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. Very much appreciated. Did we do it? Did it actually let us get through? Nice. I don't know what happened, but we got through it. Epador, again, thank you for that. Awesome, there we go. There's the Corfez completed with the Teray phase. Killed enough Fondwar. Good, good, good. We did it. Again, Tepador, thank you for that. Let me get that update on the funding goal here. CasualSAB's beard is the new meta. Terrible. But no, this 2 mil solo build, this works in other content. Like, it's not just infected. It is a good build all around. But yeah, I need to bail out. I'm sorry for needing to just so suddenly bail, but there'll be another stream here, I think on On the 31st, I might do another stream. Grayson, thank you for the 10 bits. Much appreciated. But I need to wrap this up quick. So, again, thank you. And Tepidor, again, thank you for the 10 gifted there on YouTube. Thank you all for tuning in. I will see you guys around.